And I'm very excited to have with us, well, I mean, really an icon of hip-hop and rap. And we're very, very excited to have Prodigy, Mobb Deep on with us. He's a Grammy Award-winning rapper and one half of the hip-hop duo Mobb Deep. He recently served a 3-year sentence. Oh, for the evil Second Amendment. That's right. Boy, I tell you, they went after him when he started exposing the Illuminati. And he was recently featured in the 2011 documentary Rhyme and Punishment, a film that documents hip-hop artists who've been incarcerated. He is the great-great-grandson of founder of Morehouse College, and a new book, My Infamous Life, the autobiography of Mobb Deep's Prodigy. I don't know how long we've got it, because I think we got time zones scrambled. We're about to go to break. But I've got so many questions for you, sir, and we appreciate you joining us today.
Not a problem, Alex, man. I'm a big fan.
Well, we're a fan of your work. People constantly ask me, and we're going to go to break here in a minute, about Illuminati. They see Jay-Z, all these rappers doing, all these weird Illuminati symbols and things like that. I know folks are going to pause that now and say, I was making those. I'm making those to show people. That's how they do that online. But the point is, you've exposed them. Bottom line, what's your take on that?
I mean, to me, it's definitely not a joke, man. It's a lot of real stuff going on out here in this world. Secret societies are real. It's definitely very obvious, that they're at work and it's at play in the music industry, in the food industry, politics. Everywhere you turn is everywhere. You just got to read the signs. You know what I mean? The writing on the wall, basically, is all in front of your face. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, once people just learn about it and do a little research about it all, they'll be able to see, like, oh, wow, I understand what's going on. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You've got the floor. Lay it out. Break it down. I mean, this reported letter, when you were set up and sent to prison for exercising your Second Amendment rights, I mean, did you write this letter? And because it's very poignant, and, I agree with much of it. So you got the floor.
Yeah. I wrote a lot of letters while I was in there, man. I was doing this thing for Vibe magazine, just writing letters from prison, just expressing myself and things I wanted to get off my chest, things that were on my mind, and I wanted to let people know. And I wanted to show them, even though I was inside, locked in a prison, I wanted to show them that I still had no fear in my heart, about speaking my mind and letting people know what time it is. There's no reason for me to fear, because it's really nothing. There's nothing they can do besides kill me, and I'm not afraid of that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think right now they at the point where they would take it that far. I think this plan that they got into effect, and it's been in effect for hundreds of years or whatever, I think it's so embedded in people's brains now. They got people so brainwashed in this world that they don't even really care anymore. You know what I mean? About people like Alex Jones, people like Prodigy. Like, they're like, go ahead and tell the people all you want. We got these people so brainwashed, there's nothing you guys can do about it. That's how they feel. You know what I'm saying? And when I say they, I mean, the power and the structures that's in place, that's there to control us. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I mean, looking at it, well, it's twofold. 30, 40 years ago, if you talked about this, they would give you a fast-acting cancer. They would kill you. It's on record. Much of it's been declassified. But people still had courage and got the word out. And so because so many people spoke out, they've now flipped it and said, okay, we're growing the opium in Afghanistan. Okay, we're shipping the cocaine in. Okay, we're shipping the guns into Mexico to blame the Second Amendment. And so they've decided to just go with the revelation of the method instead, because they're desperate. But if we really try to shake people out of their trance, as you and others are doing across the board, we can beat them if we can get people out of the trance they're in.
Yeah, definitely. At the end of the day, I always say, like, God always wins at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Good always going to beat evil at the end of the day, man. No matter how bad it's looking, you know what I mean? No matter what's going on, you know what I mean? Good is always going to win. You know what I mean? But right now, you know what I mean? The devil definitely got the world in a headlock. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's definitely crazy. And it's at the point where they got it so far, like I said, they don't even care. They put it all in our face. You know what I mean? It's the information age. It's everywhere. It's all over the internet. What's going on? You know, it's all in these books. It's in movies. It's in, you know, it's all over the place. And they got people so brainwashed. You know what I mean? With all the you know, fashion and, you know, jewelry, especially like in the hip hop world. You know, in the hip hop community, in the urban communities where I come from, you know what I mean? They got us so brainwashed with fashion, jewelry, and sex and all this stuff. We don't even care to even think about what's going on. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the people that I'm around, like I look at them sometimes, and all they're concerned about is what I just said, like the fashion, the jewelry, the sex, all the stuff that is materialistic and stuff that like is not going to do nothing for their soul or their life.
Well, you've had it all, and you know, it's not like I've had it all, but I mean, I've had a lot of success, gotten to meet most of the famous people in Hollywood at one time or another, and once you meet them and find out that it's nothing, it's not fulfilling. What is fulfilling is having truth and information and decency and honor. And but for folks that have never really had some form of notoriety or fame, which you've had much greater than I have, they can't understand it. They're always scrambling for it, reaching for it. Do you agree with that statement? And what can you say to young people and others that feel unfulfilled because they're not somebody making $10 million a year like a top rap star?
Man, I would say it's not all about that, man. Life is not about you know, that chasing that dream. Life is about, you know what I mean, being happy. You know what I mean? It's about having you know, a pure heart, pure soul, eating good, family. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Love. You know what I'm saying? Like your relationship with your spouse or whatever. You know, these are the things that life is about, raising your children properly, making sure that, you know, each generation gets better than the last one, you know, smarter and healthier than the last one, all of that. These are the things that life is about. It's not really about chasing all these crazy dreams, you know what I mean? Because, you know, even though people want success, you know, anybody wants to be successful, you know what I mean, in life and have some decent money where you could be comfortable and things like that. But, you know, some people really just take it too far and they get caught up in that whole money and success thing, you know what I mean?
Yes, I think it's a hierarchy of needs. Success is great as long as you don't compromise to get it, and as long as the success itself isn't the goal. Success in doing good, success in beautiful art, success in developing things, that's wonderful. The globalists, the controllers, create a false success and set up false icons for us so that we'll chase, basically, it's false idols.
Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what it is, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, it's bad, man. It's bad because, you know, I try to reach out and, you know, share the information that I know with a lot of people, you know what I mean? Just stuff that I've read over the years and learned about what's really going on, you know, with this government and what's really going on, you know, in this world and everything, and how we should really be living and taking care of our families and our life. And I try to share a lot of the information with, you know, my friends, my peers, or whatever that I grew up with, or that I'm around a lot. And I had to learn the hard way that, you know, you can't just push information on people. You know what I mean? They gotta want to know it. You know what I mean? They gotta want to change their life.
They've got to open the door.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? And it's sad that it's like that, but really that's how it is, man. You know, I know a lot of people now that I see, they were like, yo, Prodigy, man, what can I do? Like, I was getting a lot of letters while I was in prison, right? And people would write me and say, yo, Prodigy, what can I do, man? I'm trying to share information with my homeboys and my friends, and they're not listening, they don't care, And I would write them back, like, listen, they got to want their information, man. You know, they got to want that change in their life, man. You can't just make people that's a phenomenon that has to happen on its own. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, Prodigy, stay with us. We've got to go to break for just a moment. Prodigy of Mobb Deep is our guest. We'll be right back. Every economic expert we had on, we have the experts on who are right, not the ones that lie. Mainstream ones aren't dumb. They're lying to you. We told you the dollar was going to plunge, gold was going to explode, and the Dow was going to plunge as soon as they upped the debt limit. We're being maneuvered into financial slavery. The Dow's down 350 points, plunging. Total fear is the CNN headline. We're going to be getting into some more of this news throughout the hour, obviously, as it develops. This is all part of an orchestrated program. And no puppet, George Bush, Barack Obama, or Mitt Romney is going to save you. It's the Federal Reserve or us. It's the king, dragon rulers of this system. They have to come down, not their puppets. Now, Prodigy of Mobb Deep, legendary icon of hip-hop and rap, is our guest, really exposing the Illuminati program. And we were getting into, folks, coming to him and saying, we're trying to wake up, folks, and they're not listening. It's because they're following a false mirage, a false culture sold to them by the social engineers. But the good news is we're beginning to break through. And one of the most common questions I get is, get Prodigy on. He's talking about stuff you're talking about. So here he is, sir. And you got cut off by the break. This is a short segment. You were talking about people have to want it. And then let's get into your view on the Illuminati and who's running this system.
Yeah, so, like I was saying, it's hard to get people to listen and to get people to want to change. They got to want that change on their own. That'll never happen. You can't force somebody to want to change their life and change their way of thinking to understand what's really going on, that they've been manipulated. Their parents and their grandparents have been manipulated. It's hard to break somebody out of that spell, and their way of thinking and their belief system. You know what I mean? Because
yes.
They're in a comfortable space where, it just shatters their whole entire world, and their way of thinking. It hurts too much. It's way too comfortable for them to just stay the way they are. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like Neo in The Matrix when Morpheus gives him the red pill, and he goes, look, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing else.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's a difficult thing, and I found that real challenging, growing up and dealing with the environment that I come from, that street world where, it's a lot of knuckleheads, It's real difficult to reach them, So, I had to learn the hard way that, I just sit back and the people that are around me that notice what I'm all about and the things that I learn and, the things that I put in my music a lot. And those that want that change in their life, they'll come to me. I don't even have to find them. You know what I mean?
How did you begin to awaken?
I mean, it was about 1989. I went to high school in Manhattan. I went to art and design where I met my music partner, Havoc. You know what I mean? And back then they used to have these tables out in the street on random corners in like Queens and Manhattan, Bronx and Brooklyn, all the 5 boroughs or whatever. They used to have these tables, and it was like Muslim guys selling books. You know what I mean? Or they looked like they were Muslim to me. You know what I mean? Because they had on the garb, the hats, and the whole get up or whatever. So I used to stop at the tables and I used to buy this coconut oil because it smelled. I like how it smelled. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
stay there. Let's come back. We've got Prodigy of Mobb Deep on with us right now. Long segment coming up, and also. Prodigy, when we come back, let's plug all your websites and things. There's so many of them. I'm going to make sure I get the right ones out, so we'll drop those on people. On the other side, I'm Alex Jones. This is the Genesis Network, GCNlive.com. All Hades is breaking loose right now in the economy. Everything is proceeding as the globalists have foreseen it. Ask yourselves, what are you doing in this time of great challenge? What are you doing to unlock minds?